I don't even know where to begin, bro. Like, I'm getting just emotional just thinking about this. I'm just getting emotional just thinking about this, and I just reflect on all the adversity that I had to go through as a kid, right? Having a dad pass away, you know, at a young age, 12 years old, due to lung cancer. Had my mom suffer a stroke in eighth grade. I thought my life was completely ending, bro. Like, you can imagine, you know, if you guys have heard my story with my dad, he passed away due to stage 3 lung cancer. And he had medical bills, he had a house, cars, all that stuff. And, when he passed away, left it all to my mom when I was 12 years old, and she was just so financially stressed. Like, I hated seeing her like that. And, we were very blessed. We were very fortunate to have like her brothers and sisters bring us in, right, to their own homes and allow us to crash at their place during this tough and difficult time in our lives. We had to bounce place to place, her siblings' place to siblings' place. And it was rough, man. It was rough. And then 2 years later, my mom suffered a stroke when I was in eighth grade. I remember my uncle just coming into class, and he pulled me out of class and he's like, "Ray, your mom's in the hospital." And I just remember, bro. I was like, this can't be good. Like, my family members never came to see me in school. I was going to school at McCracken, and eighth grade hit. I remember I was in history class, and boom, my uncle pulled me out. He's like, "Your mom's in the hospital." The first thing in my mind, I was like, what for? And when I saw her in the hospital, bro, I saw her in the hospital, and I was just like, my life is over. My life is over, and I just couldn't see myself living anymore. And it was just so difficult just to see my mom strapped up, all these wires and all that stuff all over her body. She had gone through like a coma as well, and she was unconscious and everything. And you can just imagine, bro, your dad passing away at 12 years old, your mom suffering a severe stroke at 14 years old, and you just can't help but to think, man, your life is over. Like, as a kid, like, what would you even say to that? What would you even say to that? So I just think back to all of the times that I struggled, the times where, I didn't think I would make it through, times and times that I doubted God and I said God was not real. You know, I didn't come to faith until college. But during that time when I was in high school and middle school, I just hated God. I just hated God because I was like, man, like, God, if you were real, like, why would you let this happen to me? But now I'm a big believer in God. I'm a big believer in God, and God is literally the reason why I am where I am today. Without God, I would be nothing, bro. Like, I kid you not, God like had a hand on my life ever since I was young, even though I didn't know, even though I rejected God as a kid. But now it all makes sense to me, man. It all makes sense to me how God was playing a role and, introducing these struggles and difficulties and adversity into my own life and in my family's life. And I think it just caused me to go on a different path and different trajectory in my life, man. Like, for real. Like, I had to wake up. I had to grow up faster than all the other kids. I just had to. And now it's just like, I see, God working in my life, and I'm like, man, God's been through this journey with me all along. And he was allowing me to use this pain, use this mess and really turn it into a message. I know that sounds so cliche, right? But I think it's true, man. You know, like my mess became my message. And I feel like that's why I feel like I'm so in tune with my calling in this stage of life, where I know exactly what I need to do each and every single day to help not only myself, but everyone around me as well, right? So I feel like at the end of the day, man, you know, sometimes it's hard for me to just sit here and be like, man, like I feel deserving of this. Because like, and sometimes I'm like, man, like I feel not deserving of this. And I just think about like my clients, you know, the people that have entrusted me with their journey, my followers, those that are watching this, right? It's just like, I owe everything to you guys, right? You know, it's like for entrusting me with your journey, right? Entrusting me with your finances, entrusting me with your health, entrusting me with your entire life, basically, right? And allowing you to, you know, allow me to guide you, put you on the right path, right? So that you wouldn't go through the same struggles that I did. So I feel like that's why I get so emotional, bro, because, you know, when I think of my 12-year-old self, my 14-year-old self, I thought my life was over, right? So I never thought I would be here today. I really didn't. But I truly believe that God had a purpose in my life. Like, truly. I genuinely mean that. Like, God had a purpose in my life. It allowed me to share a message, you know, to everyone out there. And I think that is why I think my business is as successful as it is now, right? It's all because of God. It's all because I put in that work as well, right? It's all because of those that have supported me, my clients, my friends, my family, anyone that has supported me up into this like time. You know, just know that I deeply and greatly appreciate you guys. Like, from the bottom of my heart, man. I normally don't do these type of videos, but I'm just reflecting, man. I'm just reflecting and I'm just talking out loud, right? Just my thoughts, my honest thoughts right now. And yeah, man, I just feel this deep sense of gratitude and thankfulness, right? To God, to my friends, my family, everyone that is watching this video, my supporters. You know, I wouldn't be where I am without you guys, right? And yeah, you know, like who knows where I'm gonna be a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now. But I'm just gonna continuously document my journey, share with you guys the real, raw, honest truth, you know, behind the scenes of how I think, how I operate, and yeah, just continuously share with you guys stories, you know, for you guys to learn from and also take advice from. You know, if you're a younger dude or, you know, you haven't built a business or you are not in, you know, good shape, you know, I'll just share with you what I'm currently going through, how I plan on improving, how I'm planning on, you know, getting better, and just documenting more of my life, right? Because I really do want this channel, this platform, right, to really display more of God and also more about like my journey and what I'm doing and how I'm continuously improving, and hopefully that will inspire you as well, right? Whether you're building a business, whether you're trying to get better with your fitness, whether you're going through certain mindset things, or simply if you need motivational things, or if you just are nosy and you just want to look into my life and what I'm doing, right? It doesn't matter. But my goal and my plan is just to document, share, and yeah, you know, like hopefully this inspires one person, you know, each and every single day, you know, and that's why I do these videos. That's all for this video, man. I just wanted to express, you know, it's like my gratitude and just think about how far I've come and really thank God for everything that I've done in my life. So, peace. And I feel like I'm so like genuinely blessed to be in the position that I'm in right now, because I just been putting in so much work, so much grind, so much dedication into what I do, because I really want to master it. I really want to help myself like grow, improve, develop, learn, and this allows me to pour into my clients and everyone around me as well, right? It allows me to be a good coach as I'm like developing my own self. I'm able to pour into those that I help and those that I serve. And I think that's so important, that if you are a coach or if you're just a dude in general, bro, like you should be growing, you should be learning, you should be surrounding yourself with other driven dudes that want to see you succeed, that they want better for you, bro. If your circle is not wanting you to get better, they're not pushing you, they're not encouraging you, they're not inspiring you, right? You know, like you gotta get a different circle, bro. Like for real. You gotta surround yourself with people that want to see you win, that want to see you elevate. You know, as I've gone on my journey, you know, I've seen so many people, right, that I thought I was friends with, right? No support, no encouragement, no nothing, right? And you just see who the real ones are, bro. When you start your own business, you will see the real ones, and you know, you will see the ones that, you know, they're like praying for your downfall. They're like, oh, this guy is putting in that word, you know, he's grinding so hard, you know, like, is this gonna even pan out? You know, he's building his small little business, right? It's like, is it even gonna pan out, right? You know, that's the risk that I took, man. When I was 21 years old, I took that risk. I didn't know it was gonna pan out. I didn't know that I would be successful doing that. And I feel like I am, you know, like taking another risk again. I feel like I'm taking another risk again to, you know, it's like dive into this aspect, dive into this opportunity of helping other people build their business as well. So now that I'm doing both, I'm helping people, you know, transform their life around through fitness, lose weight, lose fat, fit their clothes a lot better, have more energy, have more confidence in themselves, and also build their business, right? Live life on their terms, live their dreams, monetize their passions, right? Nowadays, it's just so crazy. Like, you can monetize literally anything. Like, if you have a skill, you have knowledge, you have expertise, you know, it's like towards, you know, like music, sports, fitness, like anything really, you know, like playing video games like Valorant, League of Legends, like there's coaching for that too, right? Like you can literally monetize whatever you're passionate in. It just so happened to be like that. I'm so passionate about fitness. I'm so passionate about health. I'm so passionate about business, right? And this is like my area of expertise and domain. Like, I'm not gonna be out here like, oh, I'm gonna teach you how to, you know, be a golfer. Like, that's not me, right? Like, I would not feel comfortable doing that. Like, but fitness, you know, working out, hitting the gym, business, like, I'm comfortable with those. And I can talk about that all day long, bro. All day long. If you want to strike up a conversation with me, bro, just ask me a fitness question. Just ask me a business question, right? I will genuinely be happy and ecstatic to help you out, right? You know, like, I get people messaging me all the time about business, fitness, and I always genuinely just try to help people out as much as possible, right? At the end of the day, I do have a coaching service. I do have a coaching program, you know, but that's if you want to work with me one-on-one. You want the, you know, behind the scenes and the raw, you know, it's like everything, bro, like everything laid out to you, right? Step by step, step by step, step by step, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. Like, I will lay out everything for you, bro. And not only that, you get closer proximity with me, right? And I'm not saying this like, oh, like I'm high and mighty and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, bro, like, if you see my habits, you see my consistency, you see my dedication, you see my mission, and you're just like, bro, like, I heavily resonate with that, right? You know, I mess with that. Get around me, bro. Get around me. You know, like, we're gonna elevate you together. I genuinely mean that. And if you don't have the financial resources, right, I would say, one, like, be creative with it. You know, nowadays, you know, like, if you want to make something bad happen, if you genuinely want something bad enough, you will make it happen, bro. Like, I tell people all the time, it's like, if someone gave you a Lamborghini and they told you, hey, like, you gotta like pay like $10,000 for the Lamborghini, it's brand new, and you didn't have the $10,000, you would ask your mom, you would ask your family, you would get a loan, you would figure something out, right? You would still make it happen, right? So at the end of the day, just be creative with it, right? Be creative with how you operate with your life, and you will get what you want, right? Just always ask, like, how can I get it? Don't have a fixed mindset. You got to have a growth mindset, right? By having a growth mindset, you're going to be like, how can I make this happen? How can I get closer proximity? How can I find the money? How can I find, the resources in order for, like, me to make this happen, right? Like, for me, I had to make that decision for myself when I invested like $17,000 into a coach. I asked how I can do it, right? I had to cash out my stocks. I had to, dip into my savings. I had to do so many things to make it work, right? But I made it work. So it's all about how badly do you want it, right? And if you see that, there will be a return on investment from that, right? But if not, man, it's like, I have free content. I've been doing this for 4.5 years so far, so I have so much like on my YouTube, I have so much on my Instagram page. It's like, I have free resources. Like, you can just message me, bro. Like, I'm out here genuinely trying to help you out. Like, I came from humble beginnings myself, so I know what it's like, bro. I know what it's like to have nothing. Like, I used to be the kid that would go to like Korean barbecue with my friends. Everyone else would be eating, and I would make sure that I'm eating beforehand so that, I wouldn't have to drop like $35 on Korean barbecue, because I was that broke, bro. Like, I didn't have the money, right? All my other friends, like, no hate on them, right? It's just like, I'm not hating, right? But it's just like, they were in a better position than, me. And that's fine, like, I don't see that as an issue at all, right? It's just what it is. Some people, some people's families worked hard to get to where they are, right? And I respect that. And some people, came from poor, broke families. And, that's where I came from. And, like, my kids, I know they're going to be pretty good. I just know, right? Like, I know my kids are going to be pretty good, right? So everyone's different, bro. It all depends on, it's like the family and how hard they work, and, how good they are at stewarding like their resources and everything like that, right? Everyone's different. But I used to be that kid, that would eat prior to, Korean barbecue with my friends, and still just hang out with them. But I wouldn't eat because I couldn't afford it, So if you want something bad enough, bro, if you see an opportunity that you're like, bro, like, this resonates with me so much, I want to do it, you just gotta make a way, bro. You just gotta make a way, right? You just gotta make a way. Like, if you want something bad enough, you're going to make it happen. You will find loopholes. You will find, creative solutions, and you will think outside the box, bro. And I think, especially if you want to be a business owner and you want to be an entrepreneur, like, you got to think outside the box. Like, you need to think outside the box if you want to see like massive results in your life, because entrepreneurship is just solving problems at the end of the day, right? You're just solving problems. You're solving issues for people. Like, for fat loss, it's like you're solving the issue of like, hey, like, I'm so busy, I have no time. Like, what can I do, Ray? And I'm like, all right, here's a quick 30-minute workout that you can do. That's a solution, right? It's like, hey, I can't show up to the gym, I'm so busy, I have a kid, they're newborn. It's like, okay, like, let's do home workouts, right? Let's do push-ups, let's do squats, let's do pull-ups. Like, you just got to be creative with it, you know what I'm saying? So entrepreneurship is just a series of solving people's problems, right? And I feel like the more problems that you solve as an entrepreneur, the more you're going to get paid, right? And as you solve bigger problems and solve bigger issues in the world, right, you will be compensated accordingly, right? Because, like, as an entrepreneur, like, the value that you bring is just a solution to the marketplace. That's it. It's a solution to the marketplace. If you were able to solve the cure or like find the cure to cancer, how much would that be valuable? You know what I'm saying? Right? It's like, it would be hella valuable, because at the end of the day, like, you're able to solve cancer for people. You're helping people live longer, right? Like, you could easily, get trillions of dollars for that alone, right? Because it's worth so much. But, in reality, it's hard. It's hard to do that. But as an entrepreneur, like, you just have to think, it's like, hey, like, I just gotta be solving problems, and the more problems that I solve, the more you will be compensated each and every single day. And then another question that I usually get from friends, family, people that I meet off the streets and stuff, they always ask me, like, why did you become an entrepreneur? And for me, I just knew that, I was not a good fit for the corporate desk setting. Like, when I envisioned my life, I always used to watch YouTube videos. I used to watch YouTube videos of Christian Guzman, like Matt Ogus. I would watch like Chris Jones. I would watch like Niga Higa, Kev Jumba, and all of these like creators and all of these like YouTubers that were just living their life, making videos and, making a living for themselves. And they seemed to have fun doing it, right? And I was always like, bro, like, it would always be a dream of mine to make these type of videos and get paid for it, And I didn't see that really being a possibility when I was younger, because I just was not introduced to that at all, right? Like, no one in my circle, no one in my family was doing that stuff. No one, like in my friend group was doing that stuff either. Like, no one was talking about YouTube. No one was talking about social media and content creation and all these things. But, I feel like after 2020 happened, everything, shut down. COVID happened. Gyms were shut down. Like, buildings were shut down. Corporations were shut down. And, the world just flipped upside down, and, it shook the entire world, and it really changed everything. It really showed, certain companies really did not need people to come inside. Certain companies, it's like, didn't need their workers to come in person, and you can do everything remotely. And when a big problem like that arose, right, companies solved the problem, solved the issue. And for me, like, I was like, you know what, like, I gotta be on TikTok. Gary Vee was the very first person that inspired me to go on social media, because he's like, just post. Like, what's the worst that could happen? Like, when you're 18 to 25, this is like the time that you should be taking the most risk in your entire life. Like, you have no responsibilities. What do you have to lose? And I was resonating with that message. I was like 21 years old, just, out of college. And I was like, what do I do with my life? And he's just like, post, take risk. I didn't know what I would do with that advice, but I just took the first step. I took the first step to post my first TikTok, right? I can probably find it on like TikTok if I scroll down deep enough, but they're just like, post, do your first step, right? And I was just posting mindlessly. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have a game plan. I didn't know about business at all. But I realized, like, there was so much potential, because I saw so many people pop off with content creation, social media, and they were able to, make a living for themselves. And I was like, if I saw other people do that, why can't I? But I didn't have any direction. I didn't know where I was like going with it, right? Until I got, introduced to my mentor. And my mentor was the person that really taught me all the business advice that I know, like marketing, sales, content creation, building the systems, all the behind the scenes stuff, right? And I just learned so much by having a mentor and having a coach in my life show me exactly what I needed to do step by step. Because if I didn't join the opportunity, looking at my life now, like, I don't think I genuinely could have figured it out, right? So many people are like, oh, I think I can figure it out on my own. Like, I genuinely think, like, I would not be in the position that I am if, like, I did not invest into that coach and invest into that mentor when I was 21 years old, right? And invest like $17,000 into him and his coaching, right? Like, I would not be where I am today. Like, just thinking about like how like complex business is and like the strategies that's involved, you know, like there's just so many things that I didn't know and how to piece things together. But I'm so glad that I took that leap, and I really made this a reality for myself. And now I'm posting, you know, stuff on YouTube. I'm posting stuff on Instagram. And it's kind of like I'm able to live that lifestyle now. It's just so crazy. Like, what I dreamed about as a kid, you know, like being a YouTuber. It's like, technically, I'm not a YouTuber, you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, I'm on YouTube, but, you know, like, it's not like I'm making, like, money, like, from AdSense and, like, you know, like, all that stuff from YouTube. It's just like, I do YouTube, you know, to help people and to really get people to know my story, know my journey, and, you know, go through life together. Because that's what I want to do with my life, bro. Like, I just want to document my journey, find my people, find people that, you know, are on this journey with me, and see how we cross paths, see how we can help each other, see, you know, like, what friendships that can grow. You know, a lot of my friendships, you know, like, a lot of my relationships, you know, were built because I went on this path of entrepreneurship and being a business owner and being my own boss, right? A lot of my close friends, bro, you know, it's like that I still talk to this day, right? They're like other online fitness coaches. They're other business owners. And, you know, I have my friends from college and high school and everything as well, right? I appreciate each and every single one of them, right? But, you know, if I didn't take that leap when I was 21 years old, a lot of my close friends that I have today that I deeply cherish, you know, like, wouldn't be there, because I wouldn't have crossed paths with them. I wouldn't have known them. But because I made the decision, I met like some of my close friends, you know, to this day now, right? It's just so crazy to me. And now I'm able to, you know, create content, you know, help people, help inspire people, you know, coach people to help them transform their life around for the better. It's what I love doing, bro. Like, I don't know if you can tell, you know, from my videos, it's like, this is what I'm passionate about, bro. Like, I live, breathe, and sleep this stuff, man. You know, like, every single day, I'm just learning, I'm just growing, I'm just, you know, doing whatever it takes, right? And I really want to see myself win. I want to see my clients win. And the best way for me to think about that is win-win scenario. Win-win scenario all day long, right? How can I win so massively, and how can I help my clients win so massively? That's all I'm thinking about on a daily basis, right? On a daily basis, bro. That's what I think about. How can I get my clients to win? How can I get my clients to win? Because I know if my clients are winning, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win. It's just inevitable, bro. It's just inevitable, right? Like, there's no way. There's no way I can't win, you know, if my clients are winning. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, man, you know, I took that leap, took a leap of faith, and I just reflect upon my journey. I know this is a long video, but, you know, I'm in traffic, and, you know, I'm just yapping away. But I really hope this was, you know, encouraging for you, inspirational for you. Maybe you picked up a nugget or two, right, that you can start implementing into your life, or just simply building a deeper relationship with me, right? You know, whatever it is, you know, I'm thankful for each and every single one of you guys that watch these videos. You know, I want to keep on going on this journey. This is my path. Like people have asked me, like, do you see yourself doing this for the rest of your life? I'm like, yeah, I am. You know, like, I'm gonna do this until, you know, God calls me to do something else, right? But for now, like, I'm gonna stick to my lane, right? And my lane is fitness and business. That's it. Those two. Like, if I start charging for golf and all that stuff, just know that, you know, don't trust me, bro. Don't trust me for that. Unless I get really good at golf, and then I get a coach and everything like that. But I don't see myself doing that. But, you know, fitness and business, bro. Those are the two areas that I have mastery in. and I'm going to continuously learn, grow, and improve in those areas, right? And I shouldn't have said mastery, because there's always room to grow and learn. I really like to take a beginner's approach and mentality to everything, right? Just soak in like a sponge. Ask people questions. Ask smarter people than me questions. Like, what are you doing that is working, bro? Like, I ask smarter people. I ask people that are more successful than me. I'm like, dude, like, what are you doing? How are you thinking? What are the action steps that you're doing? What's the strategies? What are the tactics? Right? Stuff like this, bro. Like, I always, ask smarter people more successful than me, advice. And, when you talk, you're not really learning anything. But when you ask questions and you're a learner, then you change your perspective, bro. You change your life when you start asking good questions to successful people. And hopefully those successful people, are not selfish and, gatekeeping all the information and everything. So, hopefully they're willing to help you out. I know that I'm willing to help anybody out, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask, bro. But if you want to move at a quicker pace, you want to move faster, you want to move, and make massive moves in 2025, shoot me a DM, bro. Shoot me a DM. Tell me that you want to transform your life around for the better. Whether you're watching this for fitness, whether you're watching this for business, whether you're just watching this for fun, right? If you're interested in us working together, being alongside each other, pushing each other to grow, building a relationship with one another, I'm always willing to go the extra mile for anyone that, entrusts me with their journey. So, you know where to find me. Ray Tank Fitness on Instagram. Like, subscribe, give me a follow here on YouTube. No, give me a subscribe here on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram at Ray Tank Fitness. That's all for this video. Catch y'all in the next one.